Top story now, new reports of bodies in the streets of Myanmar after a military crackdown on protesters. A diplomat tells us that a witness reported seeing about 35 bodies lying in rows. It is the third straight day that the ruling military there has used violence to end anti-government demonstrations. And there are also reports that the military is cutting off internet use, apparently to stop information about the crackdown from reaching the rest of the world. We want to show you where. Where is Myanmar? Where is this happening? Myanmar is formerly known as Burma. It is in Southeast Asia. It borders China, Thailand, and Bangladesh. Look for a showdown between Congress and the president soon. The Senate voted overwhelmingly last night to expand the health care program for children. Now, the president says that he'll veto the bill because it'll cost more than double what he wanted. The Senate passed the bill with a veto-proof margin, but the House is about 24 votes short. Michael Bell, the African-American teen tried as an adult in the Gina 6 case, is free this morning. He was released from a Louisiana jail yesterday after the DA dropped an effort to try him as an adult. Now, the case about Bell and 5 teens accused of beating a white classmate sparked a massive civil rights protest last week. Here's the Reverend Al Sharpton.
Let America know we are not fighting for the right to fight in school. We're not fighting for the right for kids to beat each other. We're fighting to say that there must be one level of justice for everybody. And you cannot have adult attempted murder for some and a fine for others and call that equal protection under the law. 2 wrongs don't make one civil right.
The 16 still face charges in juvenile court. Things could get even tougher for one woman found 8 days after crashing her car into a ravine. This was in Washington State. Tanya Ryder's husband says that doctors are afraid that they may have to amputate one of her legs. Earlier, Tom Ryder told us how he desperately tried to get police to search for his wife.
I knew she was missing. I knew something happened, and no one would believe me except operator number 65. He's the one that started the case. No one would believe me. They all thought that she's an adult. She can go where she wants.
In fact, he had just agreed to sit down to a polygraph test when they got on the verge of finding her, apparently through the cell phone pings. Do you know who said, "Give me liberty or give me death"? That is one thing that you don't have to know, though, to become a U.S. citizen. Richard Louie has the cliff notes on this newly revamped test and some tougher questions.
That's right. You're not asking that question, I hope.
He has the notes, so he has the answer.
Yeah, good thing for that. Good morning to you, Robin. FYI, the quote is from Patrick Henry. The new citizenship test debuts October 2008. And some questions on that revamped test. We got some for you. How many amendments does the Constitution have? How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Well, we've got some answers for you. The Constitution has 27 amendments. The House has 435 members. The U.S. bought the Louisiana Territory in 1803, Robin. So those are some of the answers and questions.
Okay, so is the test more difficult? I assumed it is. Why would they change it?
In fact, some folks are saying yes. Some immigration groups specifically here, Robin, they're saying it's harder. The New York Times reports some people could pass the old test without even studying. And officials say, though, that the new test now intended to force even highly educated people to study. All right, I got one more question for you about how they revised it, and tell me what you think about it. One is this old one. What were the original 13 states? The newly stated question in the list of 100 now says there were 13 original states. Name 3. And you can get the link to all of these questions plus the answers. That's at our website, cnn.com/Robin. Robin?
You know what, let me point out, too, that when you go to cnn.com/Robin, you look under the important websites link. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, way down bottom right.
Yeah, the bottom right. Because I'm looking at the emails from our viewers, and some of them like, I can't find the questions you talked about. There are about 100 of them, so cnn.com/Robin. 14 high-value terror suspects being held at Guantanamo Bay now have the right to ask for a lawyer. It's according to the Washington Post. Now, the move could help the suspects challenge their status as enemy combatants in a U.S. appeals court. One of the high-value detainees is alleged 9/11 mastermind, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. All right, we have new video coming in of some storm damage out of Texas this morning. Bob, what's the weather today?
Yeah, you know, today it's going to be a little bit better for them, but yesterday, you want to see some video of storm damage. So look at this.
Important website.
Straight line winds. That is not a tornado, Rob. That's, in fact, straight line winds. You had the thunderstorms blow on through yesterday afternoon. 70-mile-per-hour gusts out of that, and you can see the big trees it took down. You hate to see that. Over 100-year-old trees just torn down. So that's what it looked like out in Texas, northeastern area, right around Rusk County, if you're familiar with the area. It's east of Dallas and north. All right, what about today? It's a little bit different for you. It looks like Dallas will be a little bit better, but you get across northeast, that cold front, at least the parent of it, is now moving on through the northeast states. You can see it right there. A little bit of light rain associated with it for the morning. It was heavier earlier this morning, but the actual frontal boundary, you can see it right here, right down 91 as it gets towards Springfield. Light showers wrapped up with that. It's getting in towards Connecticut. It's also moving back on in towards Massachusetts. Look at the heavier downpours, though. Just came off of Lake Erie, now moving through western New York State in towards northwestern PA. Erie, Pennsylvania, you're dry now. Now, but you had that nice line go on through. Pull the picture out just a little bit. Showers right across the, looks like now getting into the Poconos, going down the Susquehanna Valley. It's on the light side. You don't have to worry about it, but it will be there for the morning. All right, live shot of Boston real quick. I want to take you there because it's a little cloudy right now. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Showers and thunderstorms possible this afternoon, but by the weekend, it is going to be awesome. You're talking about temperatures into the low 70s with a lot of sunshine. So there you go. There's Beantown. Nice shot of it. Good morning to you. More details coming up, Rob, in a little bit.
Oh, that's a cute shot.
Yeah, I have to love it. One of the best cities. I mean, it's, look at that.
Cute.
Can't beat it.
That's
Can't beat the Chowda update. Can't beat it.
Cute. It's tossed between cute and cool.
Yeah.
In our military salute today, here's a guy who looks like he's pretty serious even when he poses for a picture. And his wife, Ashley, sent the picture in of Private First Class Thomas Chris Martinez. And she says apparently that he had to be deployed to Iraq only 15 days before their first child was born. So she wants him to know that little Ryan can't wait to meet his daddy. So thank you for doing this job that takes you away from your family so many days of the year. Go to CNN.com/Robin. Click on Salute the Troops. That's where you can send us your picture. Or you can tape yourself doing a salute to the troops, okay? Anybody can just put the camera on themselves, give me about 20 seconds, and say why you want to salute the troops, and then send it in. Maybe we'll show you to the rest of the world. All right, a kiss that lasts forever may not always be a good thing. How one Bollywood actress is still feeling the effects of this big smooch from Richard Gere. And we're going to tell you how a bear got stuck on a bridge and what the rescuers did to help save him.
If I can hold you tonight, I might never let go. If I can hold you tonight.
People are the choices can make you dizzy. Healthy heart logos, zero trans fat stamps, low cholesterol, jam-packed nutrition labels. Now manufacturers are introducing new packaging aimed at making the information clearer and consequently decisions easier.
Here's what you see on most of today's labels. The government actually requires that packages show you the bad stuff, such as total fat, cholesterol, sodium, trans fats, but also the good stuff, such as vitamin A, vitamin C, phosphorus, magnesium, and zinc. But now companies like Kellogg's and General Mills are taking that information and putting it right on the front of the box. Big, bold letters. They call it an effort to try and educate consumers.
But in countries like the United Kingdom and Sweden, the government is actually mandating label changes.
In Europe, they're doing things with like a red light, green light, yellow light kind of thing. It's very simple for people to see, is this a healthy food or not a healthy food.
These products here are from England, and they're actually color-coded according to a traffic light system. So take a look. They're actually green if they're considered healthy. They're yellow or orange if they're considered sort of borderline. And they're just plain red if they're considered unhealthy.
English food makers say that since the label changes, sales of green and yellow light products have jumped. Back in the States, the FDA says it has no immediate plans to require new food labels, but with cereal makers out in front of the issue, other companies might follow suit. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, New York.
Hey, you want to talk about a lingering kiss? A kiss from Richard Gere is still causing trouble for Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty 5 months later. Her publicist says that immigration officials detained her at Mumbai airport Wednesday, saying that she still wanted for obscenity charges linked to this kiss. The smooch sparked an outcry among conservative Hindus. Shetty was eventually allowed to leave the country. Very frustrating for her. Our video of the day, it's actually a picture of the day, and it's a bear spotted hanging from a bridge. It is now okay and back in the wild, and I know it's glad. Here's the deal. It was walking across the bridge, and some cars kind of spooked it, and it jumped out of the way, but ended up jumping off the bridge and then just landing there and trying to claw its way back up. The bear just ended on the ledge. The rescuers got him down, and once they did get him down with a net, it just walked back into the mountains. Like, I'm never messing with a bridge again. Obviously, you might be tired of all those credit card offers just piling up in your mailbox. Or maybe you wanted to score some free stuff. We've got you covered on both ends. Personal finance correspondent Jerry Willis is answering your questions today.
That's right.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, Robin. How are you?
Good.
I've got a lot of great questions, so start me off.
All right. The first one comes from AI, or make that A1, or that's Al.
Al.
That's funny. You should see how it's written today. You should see how it's written out here.
Oh,
A1,
no.
like the sauce in New York. How do I get my name removed from the credit card mailing offers, he says?
Well, you just go to optoutprescreen.com on the web, or you can call 1-888-5-OPT-OUT. Just as an aside, the Do Not Call registry turns 5 years old next June, and if you signed on near June 2003, you have to re-register your name on the list. Your registration only lasts 5 years. To see when your registration expires, go to www.donotcall.gov. Click on Verify Registry. It's really easy to do. Now, if you haven't registered your phone, you can do so now at the same website, or call 888-382-1222.
Some poor child is going to be named A1. They're like, parents are like, hey, I never thought of that. That sounds
That's
good.
the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, this person says, I just lost my job and I know that I'm going to have a problem making payments to my creditors. Should I contact them and ask to arrange a payment plan? I really need your advice, says Dan in New Jersey.
Well, it sounds like Dan's getting ahead of the curve, and that's a good thing. Contact your creditors and lenders, Dan, to see if you can improve the terms of your debt. You may be able to lower your interest rates or negotiate a reduced settlement on some debts. You may also want to consider moving some of your credit card debt to accounts with lower interest rates. You can also save a ton of money in interest payments if you move a balance to a credit card with a 0% introductory rate. But be sure to read that fine print. Credit card companies are getting more stingy with these offers. You may also think about signing up for an automated payment system so you can chart your progress and keep track of those bills. That's what'll get you out of debt faster. And this is from Amanda in Kentucky. I saw your top tips today on freebies and samples. You remember this, Robin. I thought I would share some of the sites that come in handy for me. One of them is swapbabygoods.com and freecycle.com. Thanks a bunch, she says. And we always love to get tips from our viewers, so keep them coming. Of course, if you have a question, send them to us at toptips@cnn.com. We love to hear from you.
Jerry, thank you so much. A reminder that
My
Open
pleasure.
House is on, too, with Jerry this weekend, as well on Headline News at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Heads up if you're a traveler, we're going to fill you in about some big passport changes that take effect on Monday. And then I want to know, can you watch this without flinching? How is that for reckless driving? Here it comes.
Call today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 17,500 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the card is fee-free the first year. Call 1-800-SKY-MILES. Call now for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and over 17 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 17,500 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card fee-free the first year. Apply online or call 1-800-SKY-MILES now.
I'm too young to vote.
But if I could vote, I'll vote for the candidate who'll fix health care.
I would vote for the candidate who would protect Social Security.
And pensions. I will vote for the candidate who keeps promises.
It seems simple to me, but I'm just a kid. But someday, I'll be grown up. And I'll vote for the candidate who has answers.
I'll vote for the candidate who will get it done. Will you?
It's time for health care and financial security for all. Demand action and answers at dividedwefail.org.
Closed captioning provided by Invent Help. Inventors, InventHelp can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Call 1-888-909-IDEA for free information.
It's 18 minutes past the hour. Welcome to Friday, lest you forget. All right, I'm Robin Meade. We've got to get to this, these pictures of violence that are coming in right now from Myanmar. This is the third straight day that the ruling military there has opened fire on protesters. Now, witnesses tell a U.S. diplomat that they've seen rows of bodies in the streets. Now, government forces have also surrounded the temples and the monasteries to apparently prevent the monks from leading the demonstrations. The Delaware State University student accused of shooting 2 students last week is in court today. The court documents show that lawyer Braden promised to stay out of trouble if he got away with it. He faces attempted murder and other charges. Believe that. We'll get ready for new passport rules if you have a trip planned, okay? So starting on Monday, if you're a U.S. flyer, you're going to once again have to have a passport in hand when you go to Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, or Caribbean. Over the summer, you got a break. All you had to do was show that you applied for one. There was such a big backlog in the applications.
I'm Larry Smith. The good news is Dean McCammon, the hockey player you're about to see injured in a violent act, is okay. But what penalty will his attacker pay? We'll find out the answer today. Sorry, didn't mean to rhyme. Philadelphia Steve Downey left his feet to level a vicious hit on the Ottawa forward in an exhibition game on Tuesday. McCammon suffered a concussion and spent the night in a hospital. He incredibly avoided more serious injury when he was nicked again by players fighting nearby. Downey, by the way, has apologized. Does anybody in the National League want to go to the playoffs? Final weekend of the season, and nobody in the Senior League has clinched. The Mets should have clinched a long time ago, but they have lost 10 of 14, dropping one to the Cardinals last night, 3-0. And so as a result, they are now in a tie atop the NL East division with the Phillies. They are red hot, winning 11 of 14, one of the great Septembers in recent memory. Pat Burrell, the home run here, part of a 6-4 win over Atlanta. So here are the teams still in the hunt in the National League. The Cubs lead the Central. Arizona has the National League's best record, while the Padres lead the wild card chase. Cleveland Cavaliers superstar LeBron James will host the season opener of Saturday Night Live this weekend. The 22-year-old reportedly did very well in Thursday's rehearsal. Michael Jordan and Peyton Manning are among the other athletes who have hosted SNL in the past. I can't wait to see that. In case you missed it, one of the best moves you'll ever see on a soccer pitch. All that is Marta of Brazil, part of the 4-0 upset win over U.S. in the World Cup semifinals. Look at that move. This is happened yesterday in China, and so as a result, USA, that big win streak is over. But Marta, what a name she's making for herself. The great moves there. Just in case you missed it, it's worth seeing again. You know it hurts as an American to watch. That's a look at sports.
A candy factory, Larry, is shut down because it's offering up more than just a sugar high. How the company is defending all the pot-laced snacks it makes. And then...
How many people are flying up above and going to look down and say, oh, look, the Nazi sign, you know, the swastika.
Find out how much of your money it's going to take to disguise this controversial building.
I respect you. Your point of view. I'm an American.
We have this breaking story.
Stories that are happening right now.
A live report from Washington. Headline News, a CNN network.
In today's luxury game, the real question isn't whether or not your car has available features like a 304 horsepower engine. It's not a question of track-tuned suspensions, pop-up navs, 40-gig hard drive.
Traumatized.
At the stadium to hear Senator Obama's speech. So what was it like being in that crowd? Correspondent Richard Louie, I love that our iReporters were able to show us.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning to you, Robin. They pulled out the cameras, right? They wrote into us. Some really good stuff here. Our reporters who were there said the sheer audience size, as you were mentioning there, contributed to the electric atmosphere. Everyday people were packed in with celebrities and even chatted with them along the way. Look at all those people. Others also watched on TV, including from here in Times Square. One iReporter is a former McCain supporter.
Originally, I was actually a Hillary supporter, and so when I was looking for Obama tonight was to hear a little bit more about the specifics of what he wanted to do which you finally did. And ironically, what I found the most impressive was the loftiness of his speech. And it really sealed the deal that we do need to have change right now, and that he is the better person than John McCain.
All right, and then check out this group in Atlanta. What are you seeing there? Yeah, that's a cell phone, a person texting to somebody else. That history has been made. We got to thank our reporters for that stuff.
Definitely. It just kind of gives us a different view that we wouldn't have if it weren't for them. Some of the bloggers are also commenting about Obama's speech. So if
simple, straightforward, and clear.
I couldn't live without my credit card, but I can definitely live without this.
Clear from American Express.
Now, if you have somebody in the service, go to CNN.com/Robin. All right, what you're doing right now while you're watching the show, our Morning Sunshine Eye report today comes from Don in Oklahoma. He says that he watches a show for about 45 minutes while he does some exercises. So this is where you see us all the time. Now we want to see you. Go to CNN.com/Robin. It's the website that does it all. Really? Are we going to break? We're going to Fit Nation. Dr. Gupta, what do you have?
In most of the pictures, I didn't have a smile on my face.
Jen Marnell was 27 years old, 300 pounds, and very unhappy.
I didn't realize how depressed I was because my family loved me regardless, no matter what. It was a struggle with being overweight all my life. I was overweight from the time I was about 8 years old.
One day at an amusement park, Jen was kicked off a roller coaster ride because of her size. In that moment, she began undoing 27 years worth of bad habits.
I just broke down in tears, and that was really the final straw.
Jen started her weight loss journey exercising on her own at the gym and quickly moved up to group classes. When she reached her goal weight of 120 pounds, almost a 200-pound weight loss, she started a new career as a personal trainer.
Good job. It's just made life a whole lot more exciting, more adventurous. I'm able to take more risks, do more things. It's really taken a weight off my shoulders, literally.
Jen says her experience adds authenticity to her can-do message. After all, she's been there.
It can be done, through hard work and dedication. It's not going to be easy, I won't lie to you, but it can be done. My name is Jennifer Marnell, and I lost 180 pounds.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, reporting.
She did a great job, didn't she? All right, CNN's John King's reporting that Minnesota's governor, Tim Pawlenty, has been told he's not going to be the vice presidential pick for Senator John McCain's campaign. So if he's not, who's still in the possibility bucket?
Fit Nation is sponsored by AstraZeneca, the maker of Crestor. Visit Crestor.com and ask your doctor if Crestor is right for you. And by Dan Active. Help strengthen your family's body's defenses. Go to CNN.com/FitNation for eye reports and stories on how you can join the Fit Nation. And pick up Time Magazine on newsstands now.
A building story from Crestor.
While I was busy building my life, something else was building in my arteries. Dangerous plaque. It had been building up most of my life. My doctor said it's a progressive disease called atherosclerosis, and with my high cholesterol, she prescribed Crestor to help slow the buildup of plaque.
Along with diet, Crestor lowers bad cholesterol, raises good, and is approved to slow the progression of atherosclerosis.
Is Crestor right for you? Ask your doctor.
Crestor isn't for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests will check for liver problems. Tell me about other medicines you're taking, or if you have muscle pains or weakness. That could be a sign of serious side effects.
Talk to your doctor about plaque buildup and find out if it's time for Crestor.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Back to school. Here we go again. In addition to my job, I'm back to being a drill sergeant, a chauffeur, a personal shopper,
Back to school stress can weaken